Welcome to Giant Radio, where we're all about big ideas in sales and marketing and eye-popping discussions with successful entrepreneurs. Turn up the volume and settle in. Now, here's the founder of Giant Jacks Media and your host, Paul Hitchcock.
Okay, let's jump into this. So what you're looking at here is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So I went and did a search on Sales Navigator, and you can see over here the big fat arrow on the left that I pulled up professional training and coaching. And then over here where you got the arrow cranking out, pointing down here, 2 million plus results. So obviously this illustrates that competition is fierce. It's insane if you're reaching out to CEOs, C-suite executives, and these are just people tied to this industry, not to mention all the other people selling in to CEOs, C-suite executives. I mean, they're A-listers, right? Because they are decision makers. They typically have money to pay for things. And so it's a big category. This gets me into the fact that you have to stand out and be different. I don't care if you're just starting your practice. Maybe you're just as a visited share coming out of academy, you're starting for the first time. Maybe you have a more seasoned practice. Whatever you're doing, never too late, but you got to stand out and be different. As my mom told me and my three brothers growing up, be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. You're fighting with everybody else for the attention of that A-list prospect. You want them to get to notice you over everybody else. And people like me, quite frankly, are using every tool and strategy and trick in the book to get those sort of people to notice us over everybody else. And so this gets into, in a very big way, elevating your personal brand and being consistent wherever you're showing up. So maybe this is a light bulb moment for you. Maybe you've thought about it. Maybe you have this going on, but it is a great either affirmation of what you're already doing or just one of those moments where, okay, seize this, go out, slay the opportunity to get this going. And so here's what most of us who are building a practice, a business, Vistage practice, whatever it is, these are things that are going to happen to us. First of all, you got to find your leads, right? So you go target niche, find them CEOs, C-suite executives, small business owners, whatever it is, find them, and now you're reaching out to them. And what's going to happen with the outreach is, first of all, hopefully you're going to be reaching out on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, a wonderful platform. There's almost 1 billion people on LinkedIn. 5 million plus are signing up every month. Those people, CEOs, C-suite executives, they are on the platform. And I know I interact with them every single day from my own businesses. They're there, harder to find. They don't show up, as frequently as others, maybe not as dialed into the engagement on there as others. But that's true for wherever they are. They're just harder to get a hold, but they're there. And so with your brand and elevating your brand and being different, obviously you've got to elevate your personal brand on LinkedIn. And people are making judgments about you when you first reach out on LinkedIn. They're looking at your profile, especially that quality of a prospect. They're not just connecting with anybody and everybody. They're checking you out, and we all do that. And what is the first impression you want to make? What do you want them thinking about you? Do you want them to see your A game? Or if your profile looks crappy, then aren't they going to make a judgment about you and, get a sense of, how you're showing up? And so you want to just make sure that you're lights out on LinkedIn and you are taking advantage of all the tools that LinkedIn gives you to elevate your profile. And for me, I just want to stand out. I want them to notice me because they're getting hit up all day long by everybody. And I just got to get up there in their grill in a professional way and looking good. And so there are tools like your name pronunciation feature. There is the services you offer at the top. LinkedIn has moved that up not too long ago, so it's featured at the top. There's your banner, and your banner telling a story. It's like a freeway billboard. When you drive down the freeway, see the billboards. There is a ton of money in science that goes behind each of those billboards. On they pop in color. They have calls to action. They have it all. They have the taglines. Your banner on LinkedIn is the same thing. It's your billboard. and it's one of the first things people see when they show up to your profile. So just, these are just a few of the tools. There's many more there. There's the media section's been moved up to the top of the profile. There is the hyperlink call to action at the top of the profile now that can go somewhere else, like to a really killer landing page or a testimonial from a client. So you get the point here. Got to make sure your LinkedIn profile is elevated, and LinkedIn wants you to take advantage of it. And if you're not, they are making you irrelevant on the platform. So my whole thing is, if you're going to be on LinkedIn, in any platform for that matter, you better know the rules and know how the game is played. So LinkedIn is huge. You want your brand elevated there. And this gets into colors and fonts that represent you on your banner and other places. All right. So in your outreach, I guarantee you at some point, you're going to be sending an email. So is your email brand consistent? Is there a banner on your email? How are you showing up with email? It's really important. Most people don't think about this. They just crank out a normal email. But especially if you're running campaigns to your target niche, so you have a lot of emails going out, and you want to make sure that's branded, brand consistent with how you're showing up on LinkedIn. And there's a science behind emails, not only the brand and how it looks, but how you construct the email, from subject lines to the body of the email, how it looks inside the body of the email, to all your branding pieces within there and so forth. So email, think about that. Is your email tied into your brand? And then I would imagine you obviously want to get on a call or a Zoom, so there's going to be a calendaring situation involved. Now, I personally love Calendly. I think it's an insanely productive tool. And you've got to think of these calendar apps as a tool, not just to calendar a meeting. Because with Calendly, for example, you can brand your calendar app. And so when people are looking to book with you, and by the way, it makes it easy for your prospect or client. You want to give them a calendar link to book. You don't ever want to go back and forth trying to book something. If you word the use the right wording to your prospect when you're calendaring, for instance, to make it efficient for you, here's my calendar link. It's very easy. Click, pick a time, take a few seconds. So it's not convenient for you, it's convenient for them. And that's how you want to communicate that. But so now you have your calendar link, and so when they click on it, your brand pops right there. Calendly has that. And then you can do some great things there. Once they pick a time on Calendly, you can have the confirmation redirect to a short thank you video for booking a call. That thank you video is branded. And there's a great tool, BombBomb, to shoot videos. Matter of fact, I'm using BombBomb right now to shoot videos, and you can embed them. So imagine that. They go to book on your calendar, the branding's there, the confirmation goes to a short video thanking them, you're going to blow them away. So and you can brand all that, calendar, and also a Zoom. You're going to be Zooming, right? So is your Zoom branded? What are you doing with the virtual backgrounds? All of it. If they get into your Zoom early and they're waiting, do you have branding there? Because Zoom allows you to brand the waiting room as people are trying to get in. Again, may seem trivial, it's not. It makes a difference. So think about your Zoom, and then forms. Are you using forms as you're working with people? So Vistage shares, for example, those coming right out of Academy, they've got to populate an event, a live event. This is a big deal to get their group launched. And so there should be forms involved in that. And the forms can be branded also. So, RSVP, here's an online form, click here, make it easy for them. And because a lot of times, you'll want to vet who's going to show up to the live event, make sure they're copacetic for it. So you have to fill out a very simple form, but that form is branded. They fill it out, and there's a great confirmation redirect there too. So these are great examples of where you can brand yourself when you're interacting with prospects and clients for that matter. And so your brand's got to be elevated and consistent. And so when I say to people just starting out, building the practice or season, is think about this. and understand what your brand means to you. What's your value proposition statement? What do you do? Who do you do it for? And why are you better than the next person that's reaching out to them? These are all things that can go into your brand and get it just airtight. And then, of course, I always love showing the team because we've got great people here on our giant Jax Media team. Here they are. And yeah, keep in tune with me because I put a lot of content out like this. I just want to teach, guide, help in any way that I can. Maybe you have a takeaway or two that helps you in some way. And also, if you're watching this video, wherever you're seeing it, because I stream this everywhere, it becomes an article that I repurpose. It's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, of course. It's everywhere. Around the video, wherever you're watching, maybe it's up here, down here. There's a way to get a hold of me, get on my calendar. Always love hearing about your business, seeing what's going on. Happy to jump on a Zoom, share what I know, and get to know each other a bit, establish a dialogue there. So thanks. See you next time.